Okay, well, I want to thank y'all very much for being here today. I also want to thank you for your patience. I know it's been hectic on y'all. Y'all been wanting to get the news put out, and we've just been very busy since Tuesday morning. But that's where all this started, was Tuesday morning at about 8 a.m. We received a call to an address on South Mountain Street where we located a victim laying in the yard. The victim was deceased, and due to the nature of the crime, we contacted SLED's crime scene unit, which is our normal practice. They have a lot of things that at their disposal that we don't have. SLED's crime scene unit came up and assisted us with that. Later Tuesday night, we were called back to DD's Food Mart on South Pinckney Street. Once again, we found another body, another fatality. And once again, we called SLED's crime scene unit in to assist us. I can tell you now that it wasn't long after that we were able to connect the two cases based on the shell casings that were recovered at both scenes. We began to work with SLED investigators, our investigators in the solicitor's office, and we were able to use video surveillance from the area. We were also able to simply do old-fashioned police work, knocking on doors, going around the neighborhoods, and we were able to kind of pinpoint the suspect to be in the general area of the crimes. Through some help from the public, we had some people come forward and give some information. We were able early yesterday to identify the suspect as Mr. Hill. We put together a packet. We talked to the solicitor's office, discussed things with the solicitor's office. We were able to get a warrant for murder from the DD's Food Mart for Ms. Patel. And we called SLED's SWAT team up to assist us. We had been watching the house for the better part of the day, and we were able to have them approach the house. We were able to get family members out of the house, and which led to a lengthy standoff, which involves some less lethal introduction by SLED, which eventually led to the suspect coming out of the house without any further harm. There was no injuries to him. We did call in EMS. EMS checked him out. He was taken to Union Medical Center, where he was cleared, and he was taken to the jail. We are continuing at this point. We are executing a search warrant now. We're continuing to search the house where he was located. There's a lot of area in that house to search. We're still looking for a lot of the evidence. We will probably be on that the better part of the day. We will also be getting warrants, another murder warrant for the crime on South Mountain Street for Mr. Crosby. There will be 2 warrants for possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and also a warrant for armed robbery for DD's Food Mart. All of those will be served later today, and I've already talked to the judge. He says there will be a bond hearing at 5:30 this afternoon at Union County Jail. And that's all I have at this time. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer.
So Chief, how were you able, you said, you mentioned earlier the shell casings is how you were able to link these 2 crime scenes together. Was it also a surprise to you that they were also just so close to each other, like basically down the street from each other?
Well, at first, when we first got the second call, it was, but once we started putting together the proximity and determining that our suspect was in the area, no, it didn't really surprise us.
What type of shell casings are you able to say?
9 millimeter.
9 millimeter?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes.
motive in the DD appears to be robbery, just robbery going wrong. What is the apparent motive in the first incident on South Mountain Street?
At this point, we're assuming the same, but we aren't certain that Mr. Crosby had anything on him. We're still tracking down some leads to determine whether he had anything that could have been taken.
Do you know if the suspect and either of the victims knew each other?
I do not know that.
You mentioned, I want to piggyback off of his question about the robbery. Did you notice any items that were taken from the victim?
Which victim?
The one at Dee Dee's.
The one at Dee Dee's?
Yes.
Well, he went into the store and demanded money before the rest of it happened.
Did he get away with any money?
Not that we're aware of, but we're not certain at this time.
The victim, was she a worker at this convenience store?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if she was like one of the owners?
I have heard she was, but I can't confirm that.
What would you like to say to the public now that Mr. Hill is in custody after this standoff? I know it's been a long morning for you all.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank the ones in the public who have supported us. I would like to thank the ones in the public who have come forward with information. Those are the people that have helped. Those are the people that make this happen. That's how we're able to have 2 murders on Tuesday and it's solved on Thursday. To the public that doesn't want to support us, I'm sorry. I can't help that. I have nothing to say to them. But for the public, I hope you rest easy this weekend, and I appreciate their support.
Chief, can you mention a crime like this, how it's rattled or rocked this tight-knit community?
Well, it definitely took a toll in the area. We had a lot of people come to us last night and talk to us, and a lot of people that were very appreciative, giving our officers hugs, handshakes. One gentleman talked to me specifically about his wife called him as the sun was going down, wanting him to come home because she didn't want to be home alone. And so he was so thankful we were down there because it was putting people at ease.
And Chief, here in your time here in Union County, have you ever seen something like this happen in such a quick amount of time under these kind of circumstances?
Not that I can recall right now. I mean, if I had time to sit down with a rested mind, I might come up with something, but no, not at this time.
Chief, are you able to tell us how many times the victims were shot and in what areas?
I'm not right now, no ma'am.
Was there, do you have any idea if, like the suspect in this case, apparently there was something going through his head where he needed apparently money in a short time frame. Was it a drug-related issue that you know of, or is there any underlying cause that would lead to such a violent exhibition in a short frame of time?
Not that I'm aware of, but that's one of the angles we're still working on with some of the people that came forward.
Does the suspect have a lengthy criminal record?
I honestly do not know. I haven't looked at it.
How much does it hinder you and your department when you have, or how much does it hinder or help you when you have so many members of the public who are out there trying to do what you guys do, what people in this room do, who just are bound and determined that they're gonna find out something?
I would say it's a huge hindrance. We're always going to come forth. I know always it's not in the timely manner that everybody in media wants, but we're always going to come forth. We're going to release what we can. That we release what we know we can release. What we aren't sure of, we discuss with the solicitor's office and or our own city attorneys. But when people are out there and they're doing their own Facebook Live or videos and they're reporting things that just aren't true, it just doesn't help us because it just slows the process down. You have more things you have to follow up. You have people calling us. You have people coming to the police department. And if they say they know something, we have to take the time to talk to us. And when they come to us with something they saw on Facebook or something they saw here or somebody here told them whatever, all it does is takes us away from the real work at hand.
And the home where the suspect was taken into custody last night on Church Street,
South Church Street, yes, 304 South Church Street.
there was technically not a murder or a crime committed there. That still is an active crime scene because that's where the suspect was located, and the SWAT team, everybody had to go in. So that is an active crime scene, correct?
That is correct. It is a crime scene until we release it after we get done with the search warrant. Thank you.
What are you expecting to try and find with that search warrant inside the suspect's house? Are you trying to find for more reasoning for the motive?
Any evidence we can find, anything that we can relate to either crime.
Chief, I don't know if you answered this already with a motive. It seems like robbery was the motive in the Kishan Patel's case. But in
Karan,
the case of
yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Crosby, were y'all able to
We have not established yet, but we do believe that robbery was the motive, but we haven't established that yet. We're still talking to some people to try to determine what could have led him to be the victim.
And I know talking to a lot of people around here on Wednesday, the day after the murders, a lot of people were tired of the violence and the recent violence in Union. I know you had another shooting about a month ago, but you all ruled that as self-defense, but that was another deadly shooting. What would you want to say to people in the community that might be watching this that are just tired of the gun violence?
Report it. When you see things going before it escalates to that point, report what's going on. Report what's happening to us. When you see problems, like the area where the incident happened where there was self-defense, we've had several crimes down there, and we finally got the owner of the property to agree to shut that area down essentially and put trespass signs up. And you know, these crimes are not committed by the vast majority of the people. The vast majority of the people want to live just like the rest of us. They just want to live their day to day, and a lot of them live in fear, and we try to spend as much time as we can down there, but we're a department that fully staffed only has 4 people on the road, and we're working wrecks, we're dealing with shopliftings, other crimes, we have traffic details we have to do, unlike other agencies. It's just a lot on a small number of people. And we'll have days where you have anywhere from 5, 6, 7 wrecks in a day. That takes up the better part of your shift. And so if people see things, call. And I've noticed this week, and I know it had a lot to do with what happened Tuesday, but I've noticed this week that there's a lot of people that, we had calls last night, hey, we see some teenagers crowding up. How about come check it out? And you can sometimes stop things before they happen, maybe.
This next question is actually for the solicitor's office. And you may not be able to answer it, okay?
I'm not gonna be able to.
Okay, well, can I ask anyway, just to get it on the record? There's a lot of people online screaming, death penalty, death penalty. If this case proceeds and you have the case for a double capital murder charge, would the solicitor's office pursue the death penalty?
That would have to be a question for the elected solicitor.
Thank you.
Chief, can you recap for us the charges the suspect is facing?
Yes, ma'am. He will have 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of possession of a weapon, and 1 count of armed robbery at this time.
And Chief, can you say and spell your first and last name for people who may not know you as well?
Robbie McGee is ROBBIE MCGEE. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank y'all very much.